If you want to build a powerful brand and attract more clients, using AI for content marketing can be an absolute superpower. What's good? It's Rob Cressy, and in this video, I want to share with you 5 tips for building a powerful brand and attracting more clients by using AI. And included in this, I will share with you my current AI content marketing strategy, workflow, and tools that I use. What I'm about to share has the ability to transform your business, so I highly encourage you that you take notes. So the 5 tips that I'm going to be sharing, I'm going to do so in the form of questions that are probably top of mind for most people. And those 5 questions are, number 1, how do I get started using AI for content marketing? Number 2, AI writing. How do I maintain my brand voice? Number 3, how do I ensure that the content I create is high quality? Number 4, how do you integrate AI into your current content creation workflow? And number 5, what are your favorite use cases for AI content? And let's start with number 1. How do you get started using AI for content marketing? What are those initial steps that you should take to integrate this into your business? And for me, the simple answer is number 1, education. And there's 2 different ways that you can learn. Number 1, and this is how I love to do it, you learn by doing. So I'm going to encourage you, probably start by signing up for ChatGPT. I use the paid account. It's only $20 a month, and it's a superpower. It's amazing. And what I like to say is get your 20 hours in, because once you get to 20 hours, you'll be more proficient than the majority of the world. And 20 hours in using a tool is not much, especially when you use ChatGPT for one of the first times. It'll blow your mind. And a very simple way to think about this is, wow, if you just invested 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, after 1 month, you'll have gotten in your 20 hours. And I promise you, you will have learned so much more about how to use AI for content marketing just by using that as a lens. One massive key for me in how I leverage this is I use AI and ChatGPT for business growth. Of course, content marketing, content creation is part of that. So when you come from this lens, it's your creative partner, it's your personal assistant that is there to support you in building your brand, in creating more clients. And then number 2, the second way that you can learn is by watching videos, listening to podcasts, reading blog posts, or joining programs where people are having AI conversations that you want to be a part of. That's something that I do on my own with my business partner, Colin. You can go to creatingunlimited.com. We've got a community of people who are developing their self and their business and getting ahead by using AI. Once again, creatingunlimited.com. And when you invest in your education, now you're going to be more competent on how to use the tools to grow your brand. Number 2, AI writing. How do you maintain your brand voice? And this is one of the biggest questions I get all over the time, because it's the biggest area where everybody fails, because it's very easy just to go into ChatGPT and say, write me a blog post about content marketing strategy. It's going to, and you're like, wow, that's awesome. That was so fast. But it sounds like AI. You're going to hear things like delves and tapestry and supercharged. And immediately you're like, oh, this was AI written. And this is where the majority of the people and brands fail, because it's the easiest, or it's the lowest common denominator. So that's what the majority of the people are going to do. But because you are world-class in the way that you build your business and create content, you're going to take a different lens for this. So here's some very simple tips. Number 1, if you're using ChatGPT, go into your settings, click the little picture of you, and there's a thing that says custom instructions. Go in there and put in your brand voice. Your brand voice can be the 5 to 10 keywords of what your brand sounds like. Just putting this in right here will totally change the game for you. So for example, my brand voice could be brand safe, friendly, conversational, wise, witty. You could have a drink with me at the bar. Things like that, where you can understand the essence of what it is. That'll get you from 0 to 1. The next thing that you can do is you can use your current writing or transcripts from your videos or your podcasts to actually feed it what it is that you sound like and then leverage your content from that point. And this is really the mastery level skill. Instead of starting from a blank screen, give it the content first where it's already in your brand voice and then have it be leveraged for optimization where it's being used more as a world-class editor for your AI writing. That right there will totally change the game because very few people are going to do it. And that's one of the things that has been foundational to my strategy. And also with your transcript, you can just put that into ChatGPT and say, hey, I would love for you to create me a brand voice document. What do I sound like? Give me the 5 to 10 high-level keywords in one supporting sentence. I'm going to paste in a transcript. Boom. It'll tell you what you sound like. Use that moving forward. All right, number 3 question on most people's minds is, how do I ensure that the AI content that I am using or creating is high quality? And to me, this is the ultimate separator of all separators and why I am so confident and excited about AI for content marketing as a content creator, because this is where I am going to win and you are too. Because once again, because this is more convenient and easy to use, almost everybody is going to do the laziest or easiest way for this. The key in all of this is you can get more done with less faster. But also, we are going to leverage AI to increase the quality of our content. And here's a foundational key that will change the way that you use AI forever. You are the creator, not AI or ChatGPT in the majority of stuff. Of course, we understand the use cases in which it's going to create something for us, but it all starts with the prompt or what it is that we want to create. And a lot of people fail at this because they just say, write me a content marketing strategy. Blah, it's going to be generic. But instead, when you see this as your creative assistant that's bringing your vision or your goals or your dreams or your business strategies to life, now you are in the driver's seat and it is your sidekick. And because of this, you don't have to be concerned about low quality because by design, you are the one leading this, not the AI. And once you understand this, it'll totally transform your perspective on how you see AI for content marketing and creating more content. Because now it can help create more for you based on your vision. And that's the key. And for me, I'm a creator, I'm a creative, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a coach, and I love creating content. So for me, I sit there and I've got ChatGPT up every single day, and I'm using it to enhance my process, to enhance what I'm doing. And I'm going to share with you in a second some of the workflows or the use cases for it. But the key to high quality is all around, number 1, intention, number 2, context, number 3, specificity. So with the intention, what's it that you want to create? Number 2, the context. Hey, give it all that you've got. Don't just say, write me a marketing strategy. Go in there and give it the details. And then number 3, be super specific. One of the phrases that I love is take what's in your head and get it out of your head. And by doing this, one of our goals is to get AI and ChatGPT to better understand us and who we are and what we're thinking about. So the best way that you can do it, boom, you just throw that out there and say, hey, this is what we're doing. And the next part becomes iteration. A lot of people just take the first thing that AI spits out and says, man, why is this thing no good? I'm not going to use it. Understand that this is an iterative process. So I like to think about this like peeling an onion, where your first prompt is actually just the start of it, and you're going to keep peeling it and refining and getting it more specific and more polished. The key, of course, in this is understanding when you've gotten to your point of completion instead of just playing ChatGPT and optimizing. Remember, the goal of strategy is to get us into action. So when you're leveraging AI, it's to ultimately produce something that you can ship that ideally is going to attract your ideal client into your world. So if you have your ideal client, your demographic, boom, make sure to share with AI, here's who my demographic is, here's my brand voice, here's who I am and what we do. When you give this context to the world, you can then better create content for who it is that you want to. Because imagine this, you could use AI to say, number one, what are the top 10 pain points that my ideal client has? You go boom, 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 boom. Cool. There's the strategy. Now you can create a video addressing every single one of them. All right, number one, number two, number three, number four. And you've got that structure right there. And you can do so in your own brand voice. And you can then even use AI to say, hey, can you help me write an outline for each one of these topics? That way I can hit these things and deliver something of value, because that's the ultimate thing. With my content, I want to inspire, educate, and entertain. Because of that, I'm not concerned that what I create isn't going to be high quality, because by design, I'm starting from high quality to begin with. So number 4, how to integrate AI into your content creation workflow. And I've got 4 things that I do and 1 thing that I do not do. So number 1, AI is great for content ideas generation, AKA brainstorming. I sit there and I use ChatGPT all the time to help me build out a world. You start with a structure or a concept and you say, hey, help me build out this world. Create me a list of 10 ideas in bullet points with 1 supporting sentence. And this can become your yes and partner, your creative partner, where you're like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. You no longer have to worry about how do I ... You've got the ideas, you've got the strategy inside of AI. Number 2, and I love this part because systems scale and it is all around structure. And AI and ChatGPT are great at helping you create structure for what you want to do. So a great example of this is this exact podcast and video right here. I used it to help me create the structure that organized my thoughts, and I thought about my end user and how they would best want to consume this. All right, what's the order of the questions that I'm going to share? What makes the most sense there to deliver that transformation for someone, regardless of what level they are at in their AI for content marketing journey? So these very simple things here. All right, we've got an intro, we've got our body, we've got the preview, we've got the outro, we've got the call to action. When you understand that you can use AI for structure in your content marketing, wow, system scale. So now you can start building and designing AI for content marketing systems to where now AI tools are being used to support you and your journey. Number 3, and as Tim Grover in the book Relentless likes to say, everything's labeled number 1 because it's all most important. And for me, editing. When I'm doing when I'm using AI and ChatGPT, I love to use it as an editor because I'm giving it the content first. So I'll have it optimize anything from my headlines to my titles to my intros to my outros to the body to my social posts, to clean it up, because I'm a very conversational writer and creator. I speak what's on my mind, and it's not always the most logical flow. So some of the things, is actually one of my favorite prompts, and I would encourage you to write this down. When you create something that's written, you go in there and you create a prompt that says, hey, ChatGPT, does this work? Why or why not? Is the narrative and theme consistent, and does it flow? And what is someone likely to think or experience after reading this? And in doing so, you now use AI as a world-class editor. So it'll mirror back to you, hey, you've done good here, you can improve here, boom. And these small little optimization tips isn't going to have you sounding like a robot because you're the one who created first. Instead, this is what allows you to create more polished and more impactful written content because you are using someone who's great at this to help make you better, and it's completely authentic because it's in your words. Next thing, AI images. Where and how do you use them? For me, I've got 3 very simple use cases. Number 1, thumbnails for Canva. Canva is a tool that I use all the time, whether it's thumbnails for YouTube videos or LinkedIn posts, or you're using it for social media graphics, because number 2 is social media posts. There are so many things on The tools that I've used for AI images, Midjourney and Dolly are the two that I've used. I also use Photoshop, which has some generative AI inside of it. I've also used Adobe Firefly. Just choose one of them and use the AI image creation to help you build better social media posts. And then the last thing is landing pages. When I'm creating new offers, one of the things that we're looking for is, all right, we just don't want generic B-roll or stock footage. Let's create some stuff that has our brand heartbeat in it. So I'm using AI to help me create those images when I don't have something that's already been created for my brand. And number 5 here, forgot this. Number 5 is what I do not do. So super important. What I do not do is have AI create content for me that I didn't first give it the context for. Once again, I'm going to keep repeating this because it is so important. The main thing that you can do to attract more clients and build a more powerful brand is to be more you. And for me, I'm someone who believes in human AI. I'm going to leverage AI to help me do more of what I'm great at, better and faster, to level up that quality and create more impact. What I am not doing is outsourcing myself to a robot. That is not how it's happening. Remember, the majority of the world is going to do this. And for a lot of people, when they first use ChatGPT, they'll come in and be like, oh my God, I'm going to see if it can write me a book in 30 seconds. And then whatever it spits out is trash. And they're like, this thing doesn't work. Instead, you can sit there and say, all right, if I want to use AI to write a book, how would I do it? All right, well, number 1, I'm going to start with what in the world do I want this book to be about? Cool, I've got this topic there. And then after that, you say, well, maybe I'll have it write me 15 ideas for chapters based on that title. And you're like, oh, I like this. Cool. Now write me a 4-sentence description about what this book would be and the value it has. So now you're using the structure and you're peeling this onion one thing at a time. And instead of trying to write a book in 30 seconds, what if you could write a book in 1 month or 3 weeks or 1 week? Because the real level up isn't in getting it done in 3 seconds. The real level up is saving 50% of the time or 30% of the time or 70% of the time. This is where the value in the efficiencies is. And the number 5 question on most people's minds is, what are your favorite use cases for AI content? In this, man, I am so excited because podcast, video, blog posts, social media, newsletters, automation sequences, lead magnets, creating new offers, landing pages, every aspect of my business and everything that I do and touch can be enhanced with AI when I'm the one in charge of doing it. And of course, with my brand, I am, number 1, looking to help 10 million people. And number 2, I legitimately want to share information that is valuable to others, that inspires, educates, and entertains. And from this, my mindset is all around business growth and attracting more clients by saying, hey, let me help, the give, being a go-giver. And when you can come from this place, you're like, wow. And remember these 2 marketing principles. Number 1, everything you do is a reflection of your brand. And number 2, everything you do is an opportunity to create a positive brand interaction. And these have been fundamental for me for more than the last decade of doing this. And when you come from this place, now you see literally everything that you touch with your content creation and how you can improve it or make it better or make it resonate more. So I want to give you a next level bonus tip right here. And this is all around my favorite use cases by sharing with you my current content marketing strategy and process for how I'm using AI and where it comes in this. And this is all around me building a powerful brand and attracting more clients. And you can do this as well. And shout out to my partner, Colin Scotland, for this content creation lighthouse process. It's something that we're both running for ourselves as well as our clients in Unlimited. If you want to join us, go to creatingunlimited.com. So it starts with this, data. We look at keywords that we want to rank for or that our ideal customer would be searching. So for example, in this exact video and podcast right now, the keyword is AI for content marketing. We look using a tool and it says, hey, here's the search volume, 880 searches on Google every single month. And it's a very low keyword difficulty. Let's say it's 18, so we can rank for it. So cool. Now we know there's people searching for this and we have the ability to rank for it. So now we understand what we're going to be cooking on. The next thing that we do is we go ahead and we create a video based on that keyword, which is what I'm doing right here. And then we publish that video to YouTube. Once that video is up on YouTube, we take the transcript and we go over to ChatGPT. And in ChatGPT, I use a super prompt that we created that's all around creating an SEO optimized blog post. And then boom, I paste that transcript in there. And this is where the magic happens. Because what ChatGPT now does is creates an SEO optimized blog post based on my knowledge, my words, my slang, my insights, my wisdom. It is from Rob. So now I know it's high quality and I don't have to worry about it sounding like a robot because it is in my voice. From there, I use WordPress for my blog posts. I then optimize it with SEO. I'm using the Yoast plugin. So boom, the keyword for this is going to be AI for content marketing. And I'm adding in some internal links, some external links right there. And boom, I go ahead and publish. So now we've got a video on YouTube. We now have an SEO optimized blog post. I then take the audio from the video and I turn that into a podcast. And what I'll do is I'll do a spoken word pre-roll that essentially frames it all because I just don't want to post the video content as my podcast. They're like, wait, where's the personalization to this? So I'll legitimately tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how you can do it. And oh, by the way, if you want to join my community, go to creatingunlimited.com. It's the CTA that's built in there. So I've got the personalization, whoosh, then the video starts as the audio. So now I've touched on the podcast side of things. And then the last place it goes in here is my newsletter, whether I just drop the link in my newsletter to the blog post, in the podcast, in the video, or I use it as inspiration for what I'm going to talk about in the newsletter, in the letter from the editor section at the top saying, hey, here's something that I learned or an insight, and I want to share with you to help you on your journey. Once again, all of this is designed around attracting my ideal client because I'm creating content based on what they're searching for, what I'm an expert at, and what I want to help them with. And then, of course, with this, you can create social media content based on any number of those pieces. And doing so is investing in several buckets that are oh so important. So number one, YouTube, great for discoverability and search engine. Number two, SEO for Google. We're driving that organic traffic right there. And then I'm building that nurture on the podcast side of things as well as the newsletter side of things. And wrapping a bow on this right here, what are the AI tools that I use for this? My encouragement, don't get lost in the tech. Understand more the foundation. Go from 0 to 1. Start integrating your content creation workflows using AI. But here's what I'm using. Number one, ChatGPT every day. Number two, Canva every day. Canva is for AI. Think of it as your graphic design department. It's your one-stop graphic design shop. Number three, CapCut. CapCut is the easiest way for you to edit videos, whether it's full videos or short form videos where you have those Hormozy style captions. I use Evernote every day, Notion, and then you may want to use a social media scheduler, whether it's Sprout Social, Hootsuite, Metricool. There's tons of them. Everybody uses something different. I'm using Neuron Writer for SEO optimization as well as SE ranking. And I'm also using vidIQ for YouTube. So I truly believe the measure of success moving forward in this AI world will be show me your tech stack, because your tech stack is your ways of bringing all of this together as a world-class business leader, entrepreneur, coach, creator who is building a brand all around content marketing. So it's boom, it's your ability to bring these things together. So I hope this helps. It's something I'm very passionate about because I'm actively doing this in my business every single day. AI for content marketing can be an absolute game changer for you when you do things the right way. So my encouragement for you, number one, is write down your brand voice. Give it all that you've got. Number two, you are the driver. AI and ChatGPT are the sidekick. Number three, use it strategically for how you can build that structure or build out the strategy. And number four, keep learning, keep experimenting, because this is constantly going to be evolving. And I had a client say to me, Rob, the reason why I want to work with you is because if I wait for another year, I'm going to be a year behind. This is constantly evolving. I hope this helped you out on your journey. If you're someone who is interested in investing in AI for their business and how you can build better content and marketing workflows, hit me up, rob@robcressy.com. Let's have a powerful conversation. Or once again, we would love to have you join us at creatingunlimited.com. It's where we're having the right conversations about growing our business and life together around self-development and AI.